All right, guys, welcome back to VMP's YouTube channel. I am Matt, and we're here with Russ, who has brought this creation. I love this thing. It is both, I love this thing, it's also the bane of my existence because it has been a challenging car to tune. We'll show you why in a minute. But, Russ, why don't you tell us about this thing?
Well, it started 45 years ago when I bought the body from the original builder of the John Greenwood Batmobile, they called it, and he raced it at Sebring, so I bought it. And then life happened. 44 years later, I'm down here in Florida for full time and built the car in a year and a half with an original Greenwood body from 1975 on a handmade frame. Threw a big block in it like Greenwood had, and EFI fuel injection is not the way to go, so we went with Hillborn. The tuner here is the man that bringing it to the 700 horse-ish range, yep. I'm hoping.
Yep.
And we're gonna go play. In 75, Greenwood used a aluminum 427 block Chevrolet L88 style. I have emulated that in today's standards. It's a dart block steel though, and it's a 555 cubic inch, around 688 horsepower. He used a Kinsler fuel injection, and we used Hillborn to make it look like what he did back in the day.
Winning 9 of the 22 titles. In A production, Michigan's John Greenwood, 48, defended his Big Iron title in style, claiming everything in sight from the pole position to a new 101 mile/hour track record.
All right, so now that we got the hood off the car, Russ, tell us a little bit about what's going on here. I see that we've got a whole bunch of American Big Block here.
Yes.
And of course, we have the Hillborn injection, which I like this. I like this since the day I saw it because it looks like the old mechanical injection, but it's actually not. It's a fast XFI. We've just hidden the injectors.
Correct.
But these also, as cool as they are, has been the pain in the ass to tune.
Yes.
Because of, we have to not only tune the injection and the timing, we have to tune the individual throttle bodies. So we had your little meter that we had to put in there and measure the vacuum on each one and get that all dialed in to synchronize it all. So we've got all that done. But what else is going on with this thing? Besides, I know it's a big block, but how big?
It's a 555 cubic inch dart block, aluminum heads, 330 cc runners, good valves, good stroker crank in it. It's a Eagle crank, and I threw steel crank at it just because.
Well, I mean, the thing about this car is that you do drive it, but it is a race car. Like, it's going to be raced. That's what this thing is for. This thing is an experience to drive because it has, we were just talking about this, it has that that aspect that seems to be missing for modern day stuff, and that is torque. And it has a whole lot of it. And it doesn't matter if you're at 1500 RPM or if you're at 5000 RPM, it's all torque. It's always there all the time. Plus the car doesn't weigh anything. So it's quite an experience to drive. So there is that. So it's just kind of it's a throwback with a modern twist to it because it's got the EFI on it. So I love everything about this. But what else have we got going on here?
6-speed Tremec trans, 373 gear in the back. For my street tires, I'm running Rolex rain tires. And
yeah, so the 255 air conditioning, we have 2 vents, you drive 55 miles per hour, and you have air conditioning. And it actually isn't too bad. I've rode in the car, it's not too bad at all, actually.
It's a period correct bucket seats. All the harnesses and roll cage are SCCA's correct standards for 2020. And yes, the removable steering wheel is so you can get in and out of it because it's a tight quarter.
It is definitely a tight car to get in and out of. And then plus you fabricated the dash, you fabricated the roll cage yourself, you built the chassis yourself. So you've built the tunnels to it. I mean, the only thing you pretty much bought was the body and some suspension stuff. You fabricated all of this yourself.
Yeah, took me probably 25 hours to build the headers. And that was the most enjoyable fabrication I've had. That and the roll cage, I like to do that. So And they turned out real well.
Yeah, and then you turn around, you had them ceramic coated, and I mean, they fit nice, they work well.
And they're loud.
They are loud, that is for sure.
The front spoiler and the rear wings are period correct and fairly accurate to size and shape from what he ran at different tracks. Different tracks he had different configurations of the spoilers and wings and things like that. And each car was different for each track he ran, depending on if it was a customer car. So I chose this because it's just outrageous. And
like I said, it's almost a resto mod race car.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
a resto mod race car because you have done your best to pay homage to the original Greenwood bodied race cars from the 70s, but yet it has the modern fuel injection in it with modern day components to make it reliable so that you can drive it on the street, also beat it to death on the track, and it'll take it. So I think it's a well-balanced car in that aspect.
And it was the journey. Sourcing the 64 water overflow tank from a Corvette, and that's what they used in the day for their overflow tank.
Yeah, you could have used any overflow tank because you got all the room in the world up front, but you searched specifically for that one.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. All right, Russ, well, we will let you get going. We appreciate you stopping by. I just wanted to show you guys that there's still people out there building cars and doing some craziness, because that's what I consider this thing. And it's really amazing that, as we hit on before with the Resmont thing, and he does drive this car. The car has 760 miles on it already. So he gets in it and you're driving it around. So I told you today I was proud of you, because a lot of times someone will build something like this and then it just kind of sits. Oh, he's been driving it. So in the meantime, guys, we appreciate you tuning in. If you need anything, let us know. This is a good example of just the many standalone systems that we're capable of doing as well. So this was a challenge by all means, but just to show you that we're capable of handling it. So in the meantime, remember to like, share, and subscribe, and check back for more content.